Hello Coinfluence community, welcome to another informative video. Before we dive in, do us a favor and hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think might benefit from it. Today we're unpacking a crucial topic that many grapple with, getting out of debt. It's a challenge that needs addressing, not just for financial health, but for peace of mind too. Getting out of debt may seem daunting, but with a clear plan and disciplined approach, you can regain control over your finances, so stay tuned. The first step to getting out of debt is acknowledging the debt. It's the elephant in the room that we often choose to ignore, but here's the thing, ignoring your debt doesn't make it disappear. It's like trying to hide from your own shadow, impossible and pointless. Debt is not just a financial burden, it's an emotional one too. It can leave you feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and even hopeless. But there's a silver lining. The moment you acknowledge your debt, you take control. You're no longer a passive bystander, but the driver of your own financial journey. It's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, you're not in the dark anymore. You see things clearly, and you know where you stand. That's empowering. It's the first step towards reclaiming your financial freedom. So, take that step today. Look your debt in the eye and say, I see you, and I'm ready to tackle you. Remember, acknowledging your debt is the first step towards financial freedom. Now that you've acknowledged your debt, the next step is understanding it. Just like a ship's captain needs a map to navigate the seas, you need a clear overview of your debt to navigate your financial journey. Let's start with the basics. First, determine the total amount you owe. This is the sum of all your debts, from credit cards to student loans, mortgages, and any personal loans. It's essential not to overlook anything. Next, identify the interest rates on each of your debts. Interest rates can vary widely, and understanding these rates can help you prioritize which debts to pay off first. Higher interest rates mean more of your money goes towards interest, rather than paying down the principal amount. Now let's talk about monthly payments. These are the amounts you are required to pay towards your debts each month. Understanding your monthly payments can help you see how much of your income is going towards debt repayment and how much is left for other expenses. But understanding your debt is not just about numbers, it's also about knowing who you owe money to. This might seem obvious, but sometimes, especially with multiple debts, it can get confusing. Keep a list of all your creditors, their contact information, and the terms of your debt agreements. This will help you stay organized and keep track of your progress. Remember, knowledge is power. As you dive deeper into understanding your debt, you might find that it's not as overwhelming as it first seemed. Break it down, piece by piece, and you'll see that it's manageable. So, take a deep breath, grab a pen and a piece of paper, or open up a spreadsheet and start crunching those numbers. Don't shy away from the reality of your debt. Face it head on, understand it, and you'll be on your way to conquering it. Understanding your debt gives you a clear picture of what you're dealing with and helps you develop a plan of action. With a clear understanding of your debt, you can now create a budget. Creating a budget is like building a bridge. It's the step that takes you from acknowledging and understanding your debt to actually paying it off. So how do we start? First, identify your income. This is the amount of money coming in every month. It could be from your job, a side hustle, or any other sources of income you might have. Once you have a clear idea of your total income, you can move on to the next step. Next, identify your expenses. List down everything you spend money on in a given month. This includes your rent or mortgage, utility bills, grocery costs, transportation, and any other necessary expenses. Don't forget to include your monthly debt payments too. Now, you've got your income on one side and your expenses on the other. The goal is to ensure your income is greater than your expenses. If it's not, don't panic. This is where prioritizing spending comes into play. Prioritize your spending based on what's necessary and what's not. Essentials like food, utilities, rent, and debt payments should be at the top. Non-essentials like entertainment, dining out, and shopping should be at the bottom. If your expenses outweigh your income, start by reducing these non-essentials. Once you've got your income and expenses sorted out and prioritized, it's time to set realistic financial goals. These could be short-term goals like saving for an emergency fund, or long-term goals like paying off your debt in 2 years. Just remember, your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, or SMART for short. Creating a budget might sound intimidating at first, but it's just like any other skill. The more you practice, the better you get. And in time, you'll see that it's not about restricting your spending, but about making your money work for you. A budget is your financial roadmap. It guides your spending and helps you allocate funds to pay off your debt. So start building your bridge today and take the first step towards a debt-free future. You've acknowledged your debt, understood it, and created a budget. Now, it's time to develop a repayment plan. A repayment plan is a strategic blueprint that guides you on how to pay back your debt. The plan should be realistic, flexible, and tailored to your unique financial situation. But where do you start? Firstly, you have to decide on a repayment strategy. There are 2 popular methods, the snowball method and the avalanche method. The snowball method involves starting with your smallest debt and paying it off while making minimum payments on your larger debts. Once your smallest debt is paid off, you move on to the next smallest, and so on. This method can provide quick wins and help boost your motivation. On the other hand, the avalanche method focuses on debts with the highest interest rates. You make minimum payments on all other debts and allocate any extra money towards the debt with the highest interest rate. Once that's paid off, you move on to the next highest interest rate. This method can save you money in the long run as you're tackling the most costly debts first. Choosing between the snowball and avalanche methods will depend on your personal preference. Do you need quick wins to keep you motivated? Or are you more focused on saving money in the long term? It's important to choose a method that will keep you committed to your repayment plan. Now, on to the second part of the plan, making regular, consistent payments. Consistency is key when it comes to debt repayment. Regular payments not only reduce your debt, but also help build a positive payment history, which can improve your credit score over time. Remember, your repayment plan should be adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and your financial situation may change. Be prepared to adjust your plan as needed. In conclusion, a well-thought-out repayment plan can make a significant difference in your journey to becoming debt-free. It provides a clear path and helps you stay focused on your goal. With a solid repayment plan, you're well on your way to becoming debt-free. Let's recap the steps to getting out of debt. The journey to financial freedom begins with acknowledging your debt. It's important to face the reality and not shy away from the numbers. The first step to overcoming a problem is admitting that it exists, and in this case, it's your debt. Next, understanding the nature and structure of your debt is crucial. It's like knowing your enemy before going into battle. This involves identifying the types of debts you have, their interest rates, and their repayment schedules. This information will help you prioritize your debts and create a strategy to tackle them. After understanding your debt, it's time to create a budget. This is your financial blueprint. It's a plan detailing your income and expenses, and it'll help you manage your money more efficiently. It's important to stick to this budget and make adjustments as necessary. The final step is developing a repayment plan. This is your roadmap to becoming debt-free. It outlines how you'll allocate your resources to pay off your debt over time. Remember, consistency is key here. Know that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Most people do, but also know that you're not alone. Many have walked this path before you, and many more will after you. Remember, getting out of debt is a journey, not a sprint. Take it one step at a time, stay disciplined, and you'll reach your financial goals. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, keep pushing towards financial freedom.